Hey guys, what's up? Joe here again. Guess we'll get started on another one here. Got the bed out of the way, truck backed up to the garage. So, guess I'll get started here on the easy side. Now we got a better view of things. Yeah, I just kind of did a little temporary body work here to get it legal here a few years ago. Some of this was already done previously, so I just kind of patched up a patch, but because I just wanted to get it on the road. And now here it is off. Got to renew the tags, but a few things, but ain't been driving it. I only drove it once in this whole past year, so figured I better get her done and start driving her more. Peel this back, see what we got. Did I even like pop rivet that or anything, or did I just tape that on? I just taped that on, didn't I? Oh yeah, that looks wonderful. Damn. It's a lot worse than I thought. Oh yeah. Just remove most of that with my hand. Don't know how much of this inner part I'm gonna fix, but let's get it cleaned out here. I'm not even sure how far down that went, but I mean, it'd probably be alright even if I didn't. So let's cut away the rusted part. Moisture in there. Can't see in there real well, but that's why that's starting to get a little soft there too. You can see me pushing on it. Yay. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Guess I'll get the shop vac and suck this out. Alright, I sucked this out some with the shop vac. Couldn't get it all. It's still a little damp in there. But I'll clean her out better there once I cut some material out. But I'm gonna take a scuff wheel or something and grind that off. Take a die grinder or something and grind around up here further. See how far good metal is, how far I got to take the cab corner up, and clean up this rocker area here, and then here in the jam. See how much of that's still good metal. Hopefully I ain't got to make too much for that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I was really hoping this was a lot better than what it is, but wow, I'll make her work somehow. Alrighty, I'll set you up here. Okay, so here's this cab corner. Got them through Amazon. Of course, it's made in Taiwan, not USA, but the label on the box says Motor City High Performance or something. So that's where I got them. I'm not going to use this whole thing. I'll probably cut it down here somewhere and then just overlap that on there. But I gotta get some of this old stuff cut out to push this back in there better, to get a better idea where to do it. So yeah, so I'll cut some of this excess stuff off here and then come back and show you what I'll do. Alright, I got most of that cut off. Just gotta get this strip off up to wherever and clean this stuff all off here. Some kind of foam insulation, I don't know what it is, but I hate stuff like that. It can be a fire hazard. Gotta clean that all off. Excuse me. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything about that there other than clean it up, put something over it. I'm not gonna recreate this whole inner part. I'm just gonna yeah, I don't think I am. I can probably just get away with just cutting this off shorter to where the rotted part ain't there anymore, so it can't spread. Cut this off eventually. I may even cut most of this part off because it's still got this structure back here that everything can weld to, but I mean, eventually I'll probably take it farther up here, but a little out of time. I want to kind of get the corner established before I figure out what I gotta put here. I can make a patch. I just don't know how much I had to create where that curves. Yeah, I figured I'd explain this because I probably won't film cutting the rest of this stuff out and whatnot, because I gotta put this thing on a charger and it don't like the heat, and it's a little warm out today, at least here in the sun. So I'll come back when that's all trimmed up. Yeah, I'll just show you the progress I make. So like I said, I'll probably cut this off, peel it off down there, because it's like spot welded here somewhere. And just peel off that inner part, and then I can just put the bottom of the cab corner there, spot welded in that spot. Of course, after I clean this all up. Also uncovered this up here, so I had to cut that out, make a little patch there too. I'm trying to do it right. I know a lot of guys on these YouTube channels show you how to do it the cheap and easy way, cut corners. So not necessarily cheap, but They ain't gotta be perfect, which I get, but certain ones I wanna make good. I don't want to fix rust anytime soon, again. So, well, hell, even what I'm doing here could just rust out again for some dumb reason. I've had it happen. And still did everything the right way, but a lot of it just depends on where the climate is that the vehicle's in. Or what the climate in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna get to cutting this out. I'm done rambling. So put this on charger and I'll be back. All right, guys. This is actually the next afternoon. I worked, cut this stuff all out. Not all of it yet, but I started cutting the new cab corner down here. While I was doing that, something ended up getting in my eye. I'm fine. It eventually, I guess, made its way out, but I pretty much just lost steam when that happened, and I just gave up for the night. Figured I'd give her another try today. I got more cutting out to do. I realized it yesterday, but not right away. Unless I poked something here, but I guess it's a good thing I did. This is rusted through. So I guess I'm gonna have to make something close to this or like it. I don't know how I'm gonna make it, but before I do that, I took some measurements. I'll cut out a piece for here. And my measurements, I think it was like 5.5 by 7 long. 5.5 this way, or sorry, around. So I had to cut a piece out, bend it, get an idea what's going on here. It'd be a lot faster if I didn't have to make this area. So that's what I'm gonna do. And we'll get back to it. Alright, well, I've done a piece for down here. Then after I wasn't a bad job, but I realized like how far up on the backside the metal was rusted. And I'll probably have burned through, so I had to extend it. Made a cardboard template here. Good old beer box cardboard again. That I'll transfer to metal to extend this piece up. I'll have to cut it out, bend her in the shape closer as possible. I may make it a little bit bigger and kind of cutting stuff out, but so I gotta do that. Not sure if I'll connect it to this or not, or just leave it separate. Because I still gotta figure this part out here too. Hopefully that stuff back in there is more solid. So, guess I'll get to making that piece now too. So, I'll be back. It's a long drawn out process sometimes. Alright, well, I thought I'd get more done than this by now, but I went ahead and made the piece. I think that's where I left off before. Made this piece. Some parts are a little off, but I tacked it to the other one. Got a jack kind of holding this up here tighter. Before I go cutting this out, I kind of wanted to mark close to where I'm cutting, because I kind of want to overlap in some spots if I can help it. If not, oh well. Probably still pull it off, but I don't want big gaps, is what I'm getting at. So, probably set you up while I cut this out. At least get that out of the way. Get that bottom edge cleaned up down there. Maybe get this tacked on here tonight, and then I can give attention to this corner. And next couple days, worry about all this other stuff. Kind of want to try to get in from the inside, because there's like foam or some shit up in there, and I don't like that stuff. I almost burned the truck down once because of that shit, and that was even later model. I think it was like an 02. It's dumb. If I didn't go up that far, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I kind of had to go up that far, so wasn't much I could do about it. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do about that. Maybe just put some kind of neutralizer on it or something, because I'm not getting up in there to fix all that. I'm not sure, so anyhow, I'm rambling now, so I'll set you up while I cut this old section out. Alright guys, it's not the prettiest, but it's on there tacked for now. I'll finish welding her later. Once I take care of that, start putting the cab corner on. So, yeah. I know it might seem like I'm leaving stuff out or not filming it. Well, for one, my camera holder, you'll see in the previous scene where it falls down, it broke. And that's the one I like to use. Well, the part that I connect to it broke, that part there. But, so I gotta figure out something to do with that. And I got some other stuff that came with the GoPro. I don't know if I can use any of that or not, but yeah, that broke, and some things are just hard to film, and I want to get some of this real boring, tedious stuff out of the way. I'll show you the main things and any important stuff and explain what I need to. Also, my head's not all in the right place this week. I had to do something that I'd like to think a lot of us don't want to ever have to do, and had to put down man's best friend. Not going into any details on that, other than she wasn't sick or old, but, and y'all might not agree with my opinion on it, but me and that dog were like best friends, so kind of sucks. But I gotta do something to keep my mind busy, so kind of gave me motivation to get to work. So anyway, I think we'll call it a night. It's starting to get darker out. I'm sitting outside here. I gotta make room in the shop if I want to pull anything in, but I ain't doing that tonight. So, I mean, I think I made some headway, even though it wasn't as much as I wanted to, but long as everything goes to plan, I should be able to do that tomorrow evening. And hope maybe get the cab corner started on there. Oh, and I gotta do this at some point. So that'll probably come after this is all in place. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow evening. Hey, what's up? It's next night. Things didn't really go as planned. Got started on this late because after work I had to go haul a big shelf thing to someone that my girlfriend sold it to. So I had to deal with all that stuff, and by the time I got back here it was almost 7 o'clock. So I decided, instead of working on the outside like yesterday, get in here, take your center panel off. That's it, laying over there. And some other pieces. Try to get in here where this foam stuff is. I found it. Here's the bulk of it. Looks weird. Feels weird. Kind of one of them weird things that are satisfying. That probably ain't going back in. I don't give a crap what it does. But I gotta get that all out of there, at least the worst of it. But I'll probably leave this open when I weld that corner anyway, so at least I got easy access to put water or whatever down in there if it catches fire. Trust me, I've learned my lesson with that. Damn newer stuff. I know, it's an 88, it's not new. But I consider anything with electronic computers in them new, no matter how old I am. No matter how old they are. Anything that don't have a damn carburetor. Anyway, I'm rambling, so I don't know if I'll film any more of this tonight, but we'll continue this. Just figured I'd give you a little update. Alright guys, what's up? It's next evening. Got started later than I wanted. Well, I started early, but got interrupted. Had some other things to do, and food was involved, and that's one of my vices. And I gave in, and it happened to take longer than I expected. But I did start working on this patch here for this part. It won't be an exact copy of what's here, I don't think, but I think it'll possibly work fine. I don't know yet, but it's a start. I gotta cut some of this off so I can try to fit this better, but yeah, I have to modify it some, I will, but so I'll cut some of this off yet and then come back. I kinda made that real big, so yeah, I'll do that. I don't know if I'll film me cutting it out or not, but everything ain't nothing to see. Cut it here, and guess along that line, I don't know if I'll leave any of there or not. I ain't decided yet, but alright guys, got this made up, tacked on here for tonight. The cab corner seems to slide over it okay. I may have to figure this out here, I don't know. Compare it to the other side. See how that looks from factory, unless that's all rusted out. Trim off some of these edges of that patch a little bit. I'll probably trim this corner down some to farther, hold up, farther down there, maybe like 2 inches or something. Or at least cut it to where it butts up against this, because I can't flange that there with that part. But I guess tomorrow, this is the plan. As you can tell, my days don't go to plan. So, hopefully I'll get on this tomorrow and finish welding that piece in, clean this all up, weld on this some more here, get this corner started on here, then get that all welded up, and or at least started to weld up tomorrow. Maybe I'll get it all done, I don't know, depends on how things work. But yeah, anyway, so that's what I'll do, because it's starting to get dark here. I just want to get this tacked in place. Look like I'm getting something done, a little at a time. A little bit can go a long way sometimes, you don't realize it. I mean, how that's already starting to look a little better. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Be back in the morning or sometime tomorrow. Alright guys, got that welded on there. I might hit that a little bit, I'm not sure. If I grind it there and under there, the rest of this really doesn't matter. Be hidden and nothing needs to go against there anyhow, so I guess I'll do that. And don't do that already. Guess I'll get to cleaning this all up. Clean up this surface better. Yeah, wire wheel this off. Maybe cut some of that off. Clean up around here a little bit. Finish welding that. Cut that out. Got plenty to do here, so don't know if I'll bring you along with all that, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, I'm tired of yawning into the camera, so. Alright. Had to retack some of those. They didn't stick. Obviously gotta keep finished welding it, but I didn't want it falling off there or getting out of place. I'll finish up all that after I got the cab corner on here, I believe. Though I may put something behind there, I'm not sure yet. But got this all cleaned up, trimmed up, clean as I'm gonna get it. Sucked it out the shop vac, blew air through everything. Good enough. Good enough for who it's for. You know, me. My standards are low, so. Go ahead, put some of this self-etching automotive Rust-Oleum. Man, this stuff went up recent years, just like every damn thing else. I paid $14 for that can at Advanced Auto. I don't know if it just they jack prices up or this stuff just went up, but AutoZone didn't have any etching primer. They were sold out. And I could have went to Walmart, but I wasn't near Walmart, so I didn't bother. So I don't know what it would have cost there. So we'll go ahead and spray this on here. Just mostly around the inside. Damn it. I wanted to heat this and smack it flat. Maybe I'll do that and then do this. Otherwise, I'm just going to burn that off there. It's going to burn off there anyway when I finish welding it. So. Screw it. I guess I'll just do it now. Sometimes I don't think things through. Like being a YouTuber with no camera skills. I ain't so much worried about those edges because they'll need to be bare to weld anyway. So I'll let that dry. Come back out. I'm gonna go let this dry. Go in the house, cool off a little bit, get something to drink. And later come back out here and I guess try to flatten that out, that crease that I didn't need there. At least the best I can. I want to try to keep the filler down as much as I can in that area without it looking too crappy. And then I guess we'll get to starting to put the cab corner on. So I'm doing that, I'll be back. Gotta go cool off, it's like 80 some degrees. No humidity though, not high anyway. So anyway, that's where I'm at. All right, I'm back. Took a little break there for about 45 minutes. Came back, probably did a bunch of little work for an hour off camera. A bunch of little silly things just to make this fit and whatnot. So sorry if you want to see that, but I didn't film it. I figured it'd be boring and I'd be rambling the whole time. So, and it may not apply to you when you go do the same thing. It could be just the panel I bought. It could be how I cut it out. It could be whatever. It could be how much was rusted compared to everybody else's. I'm just making do with what I have because I ain't buying more patch panels. Especially when most of it was still there, so. I'm just doing what I can to make this all fit. Yes, I've done cab corners. That's been a little easier. But I went ahead and trimmed this down to where I want it. Cab corner. I added some more metal in here. Fill this gap some. The rest of it will be just ground down and what ain't covered with filler, get some seam seal and then primer over it. Punch the holes for the spot welds back here and under here. So I'm about ready to tack this bitch in. And you know, this will all get seam sealed later once it's all in here. And once I got this tacked in, I guess I'll make a patch for here, get it tacked in, and if I don't finish welding it all tonight, this evening, probably do that tomorrow. I was hoping to be mudding or putting body fill on by tomorrow, but I don't think that's happening. If it is, it's gonna happen late in the day, unless I get interrupted, which is a possibility. Because it's rare that I get a whole 2-day weekend to myself these days. So I guess I'll try to set you up here maybe while I'm on that. Other thing I did this morning here before I got started, that tripod I was talking about that broke, I used some JB Weld on here, so hopefully it'll live to fight another day. I think it's all dried pretty good and dry now. I'll file out that one glob right there, but take this, get you set up, and you can watch me tack this thing in. Again, sorry if you wanted to see any of the stuff I did earlier, but I was just on a roll and I wasn't feeling filming a bunch of little dumb shit. So, oh well, I'm sure you'll see plenty more as long as I keep doing this stuff. Plus others will show you. Hell, I feel like a lot of them leave this stuff out that I did off camera. So, all right. Tacked on there for now. I went ahead and filled those welds, all the plug welds or whatever you want to call them. Got this in, roundabout position where I want it. Can blend it. Oh, what happened there? Blend it later today with body filler. Work on this rest of this, tomorrow or whatever. I'm not too sure how much of that I'll weld around there, because like the first couple spot welds there, it did start to light up there on the back side with some of that foam residue that's a bitch to get off. So I either had to take my time and it'll take a while, or I'll just kind of spot stitch weld it here and there and then just call it that and grind her down. What the hell's going on with this camera anyway? I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, like I don't know if I'll completely weld it or just stitch weld it and then grind her down and glass it, fiberglass filler and stuff, but I don't want to, take a chance on catching her on fire. I think the heat must be making my screen shade or something, but the next thing I do is probably cut that out and make a patch for it. So yeah. Got that out. A little rusty on the inside there, so I don't know. I ain't worried about it. Clean up in there the best I can. Spray a little something in there maybe, but I'm not worried about it anymore. Rust out later, I'll fix it then. So, gonna trace this, make a patch. Alright guys, got some of this rust converter I've had here. Got it on my fingers, nice. Anyway, I'm gonna get a 1-inch brush from the dollar store. Had to get a whole assorted pack just to get the one size I wanted. All my brushes I had were dried up. Put some of this in here. I did try to clean this out. As I say that, I spot a piece of this stuff. So come on. There we go, get that out of there. Now where'd the damn... There it is. Spread some of that around in there as much as I can and give that time to dry. It'll probably take all night to dry. But I can make the patch in the meantime, have it ready, and then do that first thing when I start working on it tomorrow. Providing everything goes to plan. This stuff will turn into supposed to be black primer, but it's more like a transparent purple, it seems like. Any of these converters. It says to put it on thin, but sometimes you can't help it. But I think this is only rusted around this area where this was, so there's that, you know. I might try to get in there a little bit more off camera, but you get the gist of it. Do that, let it sit and dry. Come back, weld that piece in. Then get to welding the rest of this. I'm thinking it'll turn out fine. Welding, grinding, mud work. Yeah, buddy. Then move to the other side. Just trying to decide if I go straight to that or flip-flop back to the International or do a little work on it. I don't know, but we'll see how I feel when I get there, I guess. Because I'm still at a standstill on that thing. It's a few things, but there's still things I can do in the meantime. I just kind of needed a break, and I want to get on this, so. Alright. That's that. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna go get me some brewskis before I can't anymore this week. And then enjoy the rest of my evening. Alrighty. Alright. It is a few days later because my weekend didn't go as I wanted. So, still where we left off. Started adding that piece the other night. See, it already flash rusted a little bit. Gotta clean that off better too. I did have this pushed inside the garage because I thought it was gonna rain. Didn't want this bare metal exposed to moisture. So I'm gonna get ready to weld in this cab corner. Got a piece of that copper stuff I've used before behind there to try to help fill that gap and maybe guard that inside there from that foam catching fire. Even though I got most of it out, there's just still a thin layer on that metal. It's hard to get off. But I got some water and stuff here ready, just in case. But I'm not all that worried about it. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll set you up here. Alright guys, I'm gonna probably weld some more of that off camera. I gotta put this thing on the charger. Some of my other cameras are kind of low too. And this one has the best time lapse. I don't want to be sitting there welding in regular time, that's boring. So, I almost got all of it. I got that cab corner for the most part, that little spot on the rocker. I just gotta get the bigger area. So, yeah, I'm gonna get on that and I'll come back to where I end up. It's starting to get dark a little earlier again. So I'm gonna try to get as much as I can this evening. Hopefully be grinding it down tomorrow evening and maybe putting some mud on it. So, alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, well, I got her all welded up there for the most part. Bunch of little ugly welds. So hopefully tomorrow evening we'll be grinding this down. Hopefully filler, fiberglass filler. At least that's the plan, unless my plans get interrupted or whatever. Not to mention it's starting, the heat around here is starting to get insane again. So 90s and shit this week. So I may not be out here as much. Don't know. So, but yeah, that's it for this evening. Well, they kind of look ugly right now, but once I smooth it all out, it should look decent. So, alright, I'll see you tomorrow evening or whenever. Hey, what's up? So it's next day here, and we're gonna get into grinding this down here. Got the grinder ready with the flap wheel. I try to use 36 grit, or wish I could find them in 24, but I like to get done fast, not next year. But anyway, so I'll set you up here while I start grinding this all down. I had to get in some of these areas here with the die grinder or something, I'm not sure, but might have to use like a stone type thing for this. I might have something, providing it's not too wore out. Can't remember if I already used it up or not, but alrighty, let's grind her down. See if I gotta go back over it again with the welder at all. See if I can grind open any holes or anything. So that's what we're gonna do. In this groove here, body line, where the seam seal goes, and spot welds. I'm going to use this thing. I got this years ago from somebody. Grind's pretty good, but you got to make sure wear eye protection with these things. I should probably wear more than this, but yeah, it grinds welds down pretty good. My only problem is I mean, I guess I could go ask the person I got it from, but I don't see them that often. I don't know where to get more of these at. So if any of y'all out there know where to get these little, start out as green wheels, I don't know where you get them. Everywhere I look, I can't find them. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. But anyway, that's what I'm going to use. We're got them welds in there. So we'll get to it and finish up grinding the rest of this. Well, I believe it's about as ground down as I'm going to get it. I did go back and hit a few spots with the welder. Still some holes, but I got it. Took care of them. I think it's about as good as I'm going to get it. I'm going to go ahead and put some fiberglass filler on it. And when I mean fiberglass filler, I mean short strand. Basically Bondo filler with fiber strands in it. Got this brand a while back. Kind of like the consistency of it. Pretty cheap too if you can find it. I usually always use the Bondo brand because it's cheap, but I'm trying to use a little better stuff, even though I've never really had any problems with the other stuff. But more high dollar stuff does work pretty good. I don't know why I keep looking that way. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mix her up here and get to putting it on there. Might have to apply this small amounts at a time, I'm not sure. Depends on how fast it tries to dry on me. Still got some of this red hardener left from other things. Guess it's still good. Seems like a lot of it went to that blue kind for some reason. I don't know what the differences are, other than I always thought the higher dollar stuff used the blue, but kind of works the same to me, so. Well, y'all, that's it for now. This will get seam sealed and stuff later. I will probably spray a little primer over the bare metal areas. I'll sand and finish this off after I get the other side done. For now, this is good enough. That way I can just do all the finishing work there in one shot. But this protects it some. Like I said, I'll spray a little primer over them bare spots or something. And yeah, so I don't know if I'll move right to the other side or jump back on the International, do some things, or what I'll do. Try to keep busy doing whatever here. I don't want to take my mind off that either. So, kind of hoping the other side isn't as thorough, even though I'm putting the whole rocker. But at the same, however, I'm still putting the cab corner on that side. But I shouldn't have to make any areas other than maybe something in behind there, but I'm not sure yet. So it should be all just take off. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to put the rocker on first because the way this wraps around, I don't know. We'll see when we get to it. But anyhow, that's probably it for this one, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for the support. Whatever. Just try to get me to that. Help try to get me that 500 subscribers mark. I don't know what I'll do, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try to make a live if I ever get there, or create a Facebook page just for the YouTube channel, its own page. Right now I'm kind of promoting it with my own personal page, but I'd like to have a page just for the channel. Well, that, and I'm promoting it with my Instagram page. But yeah, it's still already getting hard and tacky. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for, everything. So, till the next one, this is Average Joe, out.